Right back. Castellanos deep into the left field. It is Turner. It's a drive deep left center field, and the Phillies straight first.
Breaking ball popped up, shallow right. Segura going out. Castellanos coming on. Castellanos has it, and the Phillies have the National League championship.
This is Luke and I on the Phillies, brought to you by Fox Sports The Gambler.
Woo! That will get the juices going here on a Wednesday night. Good evening, everybody. We got the Four Horsemen with you. And, of course, it is a special episode, knock on wood edition here. The Phillies, one game away, magic number to clinch a playoff berth 2024 season. Let's ride. We're currently in the ninth inning. 1-1 ball game. Phillies and Brewers here all tied up. All right, around the horn. Allow me to introduce. I am Sean Brace. As always, Luke Arcaini. He is Luke. He is our Phillies insider, all things MLB. Read him at crossingbroad.com. Hello, Luke.
What's going on, Sean? I was saying before we got on here, this has all the feelings of a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. But
wait, what? We're away though. Not. That's not a good thing. No,
let's hope not. Don't feel great about the rest of this game, but hopefully not.
Well, we'll see what happens. We are in the top of the ninth, 1 out, 2-2 count. Luke is extremely ahead of all of us, so he promises not to spoil it for us here. When
I'm gonna hit like a 5-second pause.
Yeah, no, you're all right. When Bryce's stock goes yard, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, Tyler. He's a new addition here to one of our gambler streams, but he's been on the Daily Ticket before, and he runs a phenomenal Twitter page, X page, at Phil's Tailgate. Tyler, I apologize. I know your last name is starts with a P. How do you say your last name, sir?
Yeah, it's Poitras.
There you go.
I appreciate being on here. It's great to see everyone here. And, hopefully we can get the win, but it feels like it's going to head to extras. I'm not going for the walk-off home run here. I think we'll get it.
Listen, I'm not either. Just kind of feels like it a little.
Yeah. Tyler, great stuff, man. And as I said, continue kicking ass over there at Phil's Tailgate, and our returning champion, bottom left-hand corner from somewhere in the States, parts unknown, thriving. I love it. Mark Henry Jr. Hello, Mark.
This is my last night in a hotel for at least 2 weeks, so I'm very excited to get back in the good, sweet northeast of this country. But this is going 11 or 12 innings since we went on this stream. You know this is going to be 1-1 in the top of the 12th when we throw out Alvarado or whoever the case may be in the bottom of the 12th, 1-1.
Let the magic happen. Where are they putting you up? What type of hotel are you in? Are you in a nice one?
I'm in a Holiday Inn. I'm almost always in a Holiday Inn. You get good points from Holiday Inn. So that's
Well, it's look, they're around, they're all over the damn place, so that's understood. All right, Holiday Inn, Mark Henry Jr. All right, boys, let's go. Let's get the people caught up on what they might have missed. Luke, I'll come to you. Rhys Hoskins, huh? Pretty good.
Yeah, that was a bomb. I think Mark might have just either lost power or the automatic lights. That was a
off and running.
That was a tank shot. Really, that was the one bad pitch that Aaron Nola threw all night. And Rhys Hoskins got every single ounce of it. Luckily, there was a nice homer earlier in the game from Alec Boehm. So we do currently still sit 1-1, top of the ninth, 2 outs, 1-2 count. Devin Williams on the mound. At least it's a 1-2 count for me. I don't know what it is for you guys.
I'm actually ahead 1-2. Yeah, well, I'm ahead of you right now. How about that? Tyler, I'm a sicko. Why did I mention Rhys Hoskins going yard before Alec Boehm? That's on me. What's the matter?
No, he's one of the boys, and it's tough to see him have success somewhere else. But if anyone on the Brewers will, I'm happy it's him. Just wish it wasn't now or against us. But, it's tough with all these strikeouts that we keep having, though. We are
going to the bottom now.
Bottom 9.
Devin Williams, did he strike out the side? think he might
Wow,
have.
did he? Jeez.
Yeah, we're up to 16 strikeouts on the game.
That's a
So-
good number. That's our lucky number. The
It
Phillies
is.
were 5-0 this year when they strike out 16 or more times. So
Is that a real stat?
that is a real stat. Someone pointed it out the other night.
How do you even know
it's
that?
either 4-0 or 5-0. But
Wow. That's sick.
yeah,
That is a
just
sick stat.
nasty stuff. That is like Mitch Kovmania said here. That is now 32 strikeouts in the last 18 innings. I believe
It's ridiculous.
for the
Yeah,
Phillies.
get the comments rolling in. We got plenty of hands on deck, so we can be involved. We want to definitely, obviously, rock out as long as it takes. We're here, baby, and hopefully come
Who's-
back to victory.
Who's
Mark,
coming in for the bottom of the ninth?
who's coming in for the bottom of the ninth?
It should be Estevez. That's who at least was warming up.
Yeah, it is him.
Don't
What do you
believe.
got? The
Hoffman's
bullpen
pitch.
can at the cam at the house? You got
No,
Eyes
I
are
heard
just-
them say that he's for sure coming in. So
gotcha.
The eyes are open.
Mark, I want to
Yeah,
ask you a
pitch
question.
Yeah.
Phillies best record in baseball. Are they the best team though?
They're one of the 2 or 3 best teams. I think it's them
Are
or
they the
Dodgers.
best team?
I think you
Yes,
could
sir.
make a strong case for them or the Dodgers. I would probably lean towards the Dodgers slightly, but
Is it 1-2 National League for you above all with the American League?
yeah, I was actually me and Luke were kicking around just who kind of our fear rankings for the Phillies of in teams in the NL who scares you the most, and we were kind of running down the list, and honestly, the only team in the AL that I think is all of that good is the Yankees. Maybe I'm discounting the Orioles a little bit too much. I just don't think they have enough pitching. I don't think the Twins have enough in the lineup. I know Cleveland's been unbelievable all year. It's just tough looking up and down the roster to understand how they're getting such good production especially from the rotation. And Houston, I guess it's like Houston and the Yankees are really the only 2 teams from the AL I'm taking seriously. And Houston's probably a little bit of like retro bias.
Nostalgia. Yeah.
Mark-
yeah.
Mark, what are your thoughts on Cleveland? I
I
know
just
people
don't.
are. I know
it's
you're not
Milwaukee.
as high on Cleveland as a lot of people. I think they're good. I don't think they're kind of like you said. I don't think they're better than. I'd say probably Houston.
I thought they
Yankees,
played
and
way above their head in the first half, and then we open up the 9th inning with a double to the gap. Or to
It
the
is a
corner.
triple.
Oh, jeez.
oh man.
Man on third, no outs. Guys, this stream might end really quick.
Wow. Triple to the corner to get it started. Hello.
This one might end quick.
Tyler, I gotta
Cleveland,
go ahead.
they have those 3 hitters for Cleveland, and then they really Noel's really stepped up, so I guess you could throw him in the mix too, but they really just don't have a lot of depth in that lineup, and their rotation is like shockingly aceless. They have an amazing bullpen. They're a little bit like the Brewers, except I take the Brewers a little bit more seriously. I think the Brewers have a little bit more pop in the lineup. I know Jose Ramirez is probably the best player on either team, but I think the Brewers are a little bit of the rich man's Guardians, in my opinion. I take them a little bit more seriously.
Well, let's get Tyler a question before this game ends.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, rank them American League. Anyone who scares you the most? Is it the Yankees above all, or is where you at with the AL?
I think I'm still going with the Astros, and that's really just because of their postseason success. They continuously keep making it to at least the ALCS. I think that the Yankees currently have more talent on their team, but man, that Yankees bullpen is just pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I'm just more afraid personally of the Astros. Cleveland keeps finding ways to win, as you all said, but I don't know. There's just something about the Astros. They just never go away. They would be my biggest concern in the AL.
And it feels like they're always the team every year that they don't always have the best regular season. Like they've obviously had really good ones, but like they're a team that the second you get to October, it's just like a snap of a finger and they're just like an immediate threat again.
Hey, well, let me get to the game. Sorry, but real quick, why not walk him and load the bases up as he just struck him out? But I'm just why not now? Why not walk and load the bases up? Curious. Sorry to cut you off.
I'm sure
Because they're not going for the double play. If you turn a double play, the game's probably going to end. If you're trying to roll two, the man on third is going to score.
No, not double play. Force at home.
Yeah.
How about now?
Maybe
How
they
about
like
now?
the matchup. That's a matchup thing. I'd probably say.
Yeah.
who's up
Willie
the plate right now.
Right now, it's Willie Adames.
Yeah, and the other one was Garrett Mitchell, so I think it was worth not walking him. I could have seen them doing it with Adames, but
Yeah,
he's
And
really
I'm not going to say the stat because it'll be a complete jinx. But he
yeah,
is not fared.
Don't
He's
say
not
the stat.
fared well. Great so far. this
So
season.
right now, the plan of attack for the Phillies, and
Okay.
this is an obvious, is to strike him out, right? Like, is that how they're assessing this right now with the matchup?
Yeah, I mean they're
Estevez is
definitely
down
infield
face
in.
high.
They're definitely infield in. Obviously you would love a strikeout, but if any ball on the ground, they're obviously
Coming.
yeah, they're going home.
Yeah.
Bohm's
Estevez
playing a little
is just
farther back.
contact,
He has some more time, but yeah, I mean they're mainly in. Let's see.
I-
We've got 2-2. 1 out, second and third. Willie Adames at the plate. Carlos Estevez on the mound. He just fouled that
Milwaukee.
pitch off. I don't know how our times are matched up here.
Man, if
he
he can
just
manage
fouled
to
that
strike him out, that would be huge.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
And even a walk here it wouldn't kill you.
Mhm.
You'd rather a walk than a ball in play, for sure. But
And
Yeah,
I
I
think Bowers is in the top like 10 or 15 of double plays too. So
Ooh.
they probably would pinch hit for him, but
yeah,
You never
and then now, obviously, like you said there, Sean, if he does walk, you'd probably go middle infielders back to try and roll it in the middle. I would say corners would probably still be up, but if he does get on, they'll probably try and go for the double play up the middle. Hopefully he
Ooh, I
doesn't.
thought
I
he
believe they did just walk him.
You're a full pitch ahead of me because he just missed that pitch, or he just
Yeah.
fouled it off
Same for me.
right down the middle.
yeah, I just got the walk.
All right. Yeah. So bases loaded, 1 out.
Ooh.
I believe, it is Bowers at the plate, and on deck is Reese Hoskins.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh man, yeah.
That's great. He's got a double on the night too, right? Or is it just a single?
He has a homer and a double.
Double, yeah.
Estevez is not a top 4 reliever on this team. How about that?
And there's a ball down the first base line, and the Brewers win.
Yeah,
All right. Well, went live for that ninth.
Screenshot it.
Obviously,
That's a garbage ninth from Estevez. After
Yeah,
it's
8 innings with the Brewers scoring 1 run, you get
One run.
4 runners.
That's
That
a
guy,
hell of an
he's
inning.
not that good. I know he looked good a couple outings in a row. He is not the guy who should.
He's
be
got
throwing.
some heat. I mean, he's popping the
He
mid
doesn't
right
strike
there.
anyone out.
yeah. I mean, I don't fully trust him. I still think he's like a pretty good pitcher, but
He is.
don't
He's
know.
fine. He's fine. I trust Strom and Hoffman far more than him. I trust Kirkring more than him at this point. I think Kirkring's nasty. And the hot take for me is I if we're going stuff for stuff, I like Ruiz more than I like Estevez. I trust Ruiz more when he's out there. And I know it's been a lot of low leverage spots. It's been a bit more high leverage lately, but I would take Ruiz in spots over Estevez, to be honest, which isn't great if we're saying Estevez is our full-time 9th guy. And I think he's our 5th best reliever.
so you're
Rob
putting him
Thompson's-
above Alvarado, though, right?
Yeah, at this point, I mean, Alvarado could work himself back into that, and he's starting to. It seems like it, but his stuff doesn't look the same this year.
They're going at it here a bit with the umpires. I believe it's Rob Thompson, Caleb Cotham, and Estevez. I don't know what about, but they're
Well, I just put the tweet out that I was joining you guys. So Let's see if we get any action on that. That's funny. It ended so fast. I didn't even get an opportunity to put a damn tweet out. Stupid. Yeah, what are they yelling at the umpire
I
about?
want to know what they're yelling about. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you guys watching on NBC
I'm watching
Sports?
on NBC Sports.
I got the.
They showed them. They were going at it with him a little bit. So yeah, the Brewers did drop some confetti. Obviously, they didn't need this game to clinch the Central, but they did now. So they are probably going to go party, I would assume. I think they have a big party ahead of them. And now the Phillies will look to clinch in New York. Go to the Mets tomorrow night. I believe who's on the mound tomorrow night for the Phillies?
Tomorrow's Taiwan Walker.
You better believe
Tomorrow's Walker, right? Yeah. Perfect. We got him. We got him right where we want him tomorrow. Taiwan against the Mets. You guys see that stat? I think you tweeted it, Ty. Walker's ERA this year against the Mets is, I believe, a 3 flat, and every other team it's like a 6.7 or something like that. Like, it's absolutely bizarre.
6.7.
Yeah, there was another one I looked at, like his last 5 starts against every team in the league, and he was like 3-something against the Mets, and everyone else was like 4+. It's crazy.
I mean, if they can figure out a way to get tomorrow's game moved to London, I think Taiwan Walker will probably have a good outing.
That's a good one.
No, let's never go back to London ever again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Here we go. Here we go. My first reply. Here we go. Let's all settle down. The ice cold skid is upon us. Will be a few days before they clinch it, if they clinch it all. I guess Braves and Mets losing could save us. That was my first reply.
Give me a break.
I'm correcting Bob
Good
Wankel. Bob Wankel, great tweet, by the way. My guy said, really like the Phillies bullpen mix, but they appear to be heading into October with their 4th best reliever closing games. And I'm going to reply and let him know that it's the 5th and did not disrespect Jose Ruiz.
I like that. That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know what they'll do there. I mean, if you get to the bottom of the 9th of a playoff game and if you somehow haven't used Hoffman, Strahm, Kerkering, I mean, I think I want all 3 of those guys at least out there. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not the type of guy who like has to supplant a guy in the 9th. I don't really care about that. I'm fine with Rob picking matchups throughout, and when the lefties come up, you throw Strahm out there. When the righties come up, you throw Hoffman out there for the toughest, whatever high leverage spots of the game are. I'm fine with that. But it seems like they have supplanted Estevez as that 9th guy, which feels weird to do to me.
So I guess
I got one
coming up tonight. We're gonna put that away tomorrow.
Cool. But we are going to be going live a lot over this playoff run, of course, clinching all of that. I even have somebody showing up at Luke's house, dousing him with champagne when we clinch the division.
Really? I would love that. That'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be freaking awesome.
I know people in Jersey, especially at the strip clubs that are next to the gas stations. So
nice.
Watch out. Yeah. Hey, one baseball question, because I heard this on my way home yesterday or today, and I was like, yo, that is incredible. Will Juan Soto go down as the all-time home run hitter when he's all said and done?
What is he on pace for?
He's 25. He hit his 200th. I don't even think he's 25. Is he 25?
I mean,
yeah, he's 25. 10-25. So he actually turns 26. So it'll be 26. He's got 200 home runs right now at the age of 26.
Yeah. So, I mean, you also have to think about it this way, though, that he's done that in 7 years. So you would have to tell yourself he would need 14 more years at this pace just to hit 600. I mean, that's what's crazy to think about the Bonds thing, right? Is like Juan Soto would have to do what he's already done 2 more times, right? He would have to get to 21 years on this pace just to get to 600. That doesn't include the other 163 he would have to get to break it. So, I mean, if the guy plays 25 years in the league at this pace, but I mean, if he played 25 years in the league at this pace, he would go down as the best baseball player ever. I mean, if he played 25 years of baseball where he would finish with 15 All-Stars, 13 Silver Sluggles, 5 batting titles. Like,
Is 200 at the age of 26 a lot, or am I out of, like, I think it's a lot, right? That's
Yeah,
a lot.
it is.
Yeah,
so
it's
the
definitely-
issue is 200 at the age of 26 is a lot, but you got to think about when he debuted. He debuted when he was 19. So, I mean, most guys don't debut at their 19th year. So,
but
like,
I think Brace is saying that gives him a chance at these numbers, even if he isn't hitting 60 a year. It's kind of like a Hank Aaron situation. If you go look at Hank Aaron's kind of career, he was hitting 35 to 40 just like 10, 15 times. And because he hung around so long. So Soto kind of has that longevity because he started so young. I mean, sticking in Yankee Stadium would be a good start if he wanted to face it.
I wonder what
23 years for Hank Aaron. That's a
Yeah, I'm
career.
looking at the list right now, and I mean, I think he would be the next realistic option to even get close, because once you hit 300 home runs, the youngest person's 31. So, and I didn't realize how many home runs Giancarlo Stanton had, but he's at 427,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
he's gonna hit the he's gonna be in the 500 club.
It'll be close to see. Does he have like 3 more years left in him?
He's going to get signed
what
for
did
3
he-
more,
what
but
did he
that
hit this
body.
year? What does he have this year? Home runs.
He has,
Probably like 20 something, right?
yeah,
25.
25.
25. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if he can give you, can he give you 4 more years in the league as a good bat?
How old is he?
What is he? He's 34.
He's 34.
He's about to turn 35. I mean, if he can play till he's 40, then I mean, he's definitely going to break it if he can play till he's 40.
Guy can't stay healthy now.
No.
I always forget that he won MVP.
He's always and he is and he is on the all flavor saver team. He is still rocking it to this day. I'm pro flavor saver. Had a flavor saver for a long time in my life. Shout out Chase Utley, still rolling with it. But yeah, Giancarlo Stanton.
Big time.
Well, I would like to do this again. In the words of Dan L. Captain over here. Yeah, this sucks. It does suck, Dan. We lost. We were ready to pop some bottles and have some fun and talk about some possible playoff matchups, all that. They can't hit.
By the way, you just mentioned possible playoff matchups. We got our guy Powers sending whatever these drunk messages are in the chat. Let me just put it on the record, and you can clip this if we lose to them. I inject into my veins the Mets in the NLDS. I am begging to the baseball gods to hand me the New York Mets in the NLDS. They are so much worse as a baseball team than these other teams, and I understand what they've been since the All-Star break. The Padres are way better than them. The Diamondbacks are way better than the Braves. Even still, without all these pieces, scare me more than the Mets. I wanted to throw that out there. I desperately want to play the Mets in the playoffs.
I agree with that. Yeah, he's the one weasel in the chat that continues to fire Mets memes and pictures, and it's like
we are the new Braves for the next 20.
Oh LFG. He's sipping on some sort of vino tonight. That's for damn sure.
I'm getting some crazy comments. Is this going to be the first team to get no hit in the playoffs twice?
Whoever said that, I wouldn't be surprised.
Great. That is great. Yeah, what do your mentions look like after this?
I got 41 Ks in 3 games in playoff atmosphere games, and you aren't worried about this offense. Hope you're right about not going cold in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what you think a playoff atmosphere is, but 29,000 people at the Brewers game last night is nothing close to a playoff atmosphere.
Well, same tonight. That place was empty tonight. I said it earlier.
They had 29,000 people in a game last night where they could have clinched the division.
Yeah, and they did clinch today.
They were doing free parking today, too, to try to get more people out there.
Wow.
Beef. Powers might be drinking on the poison tonight.
The Phillies are 5th in the MLB in runs scored. Like, I understand, like, yeah, the offense could go cold. Like, they're a top 5 offense if we're just going pure production. Like,
get them up in the box and the big moments. Those guys will rise. Look, I mean, at the end of last year, of course, we know what happened in that series, and their bets did go cold. I don't know. It's the playoffs. Like, those pitchers are good. They get in the moment, like we're talking about professionals. I don't know. Is it considered cold? If they don't hit for a series, yeah, but I don't foresee that happening. I see a couple bad games, and hopefully Wheeler and Nola and the boys can hold them down to a run or 2 runs. And I love the bullpen. This is the most confidence I've had in the bullpen in a long time. Am I wrong on that?
No, it's.
No.
I mean, this is
Right?
by far their best bullpen over the last 3 years. They
That's what I'm
have
saying.
6. They have 6 guys who can get big outs.
I think it's our lifetime, or at least my lifetime.
Wow.
At least top to bottom. Yeah. I mean, you have 6 guys at the top. Hoffman, Strom, Kirkering, Estevez, Alvarado, Ruiz. Those are 6 guys that can really get you outs. And I mean, even when you get to a guy like Tanner Banks, like he's not gonna pitch the 8th inning of a playoff game, but like I think that's a guy who can get you some outs in the playoffs. I'd rather have Tanner Banks this year than Craig Kimbrell from last year. I'll tell you that.
Raise it up.
Speaking of Craig,
Kimbrell.
yeah, raise the banner, raise the cup. Cheers to
Yeah,
Craig.
Greg.
Enjoy.
And,
I wonder if
thank
a
you,
team
Gregory Soto.
Do you think a team tries
Tries what?
to grab him? No, right?
No, he's
He's
absolutely
toast.
cooked.
Do you think he just retires? Like he's got to call it. Like
Yeah.
he had an unbelievable career and 2 really bad last years. I don't see a reason in trying to extend an already Hall of Fame career. Like that dude is getting into the Hall of Fame. Like
These dudes, they can't help themselves, man. You think they don't want to get down to Florida in February and ramp it back up? Like,
He just seems like one of those guys that, when he's not closing, it's not there.
Yeah.
Like the energy's not there. Kind of reminds me of Papelbon at the end. He lost his closer job and then it's just done.
I have a bit of a take that people will not like. People will not. People will not like this take. People will get upset about this. So there was a certain pitcher once upon a time here in Philadelphia had an incredible season as a reliever.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say, and I completely agree with you.
The perfect
Hoffman's
season.
2024 is better than Bradledge's 2008. If we're
never mind, that's not what I was gonna say.
But Jeff Hoffman currently has a 1.73 ERA. Bradledge had a 1.94. Bradledge had a 2.2 WAR. Jeff Hoffman's already at a 2.4. We have a couple weeks left in the season. Just saying.
Wait. Yeah, but we're talking about 2 different situations, right?
Jeff Hoffman's used in the highest leverage situation possible every game.
I mean, there's a difference, though. Was he used 45 times or whatever it was? And was he perfect 45 times? That's high pressure. That's it. You're going out there, and he is the closer.
Hot. That's hot, Mark.
Yeah, you are.
I don't hate it.
I don't agree with it. I don't. Not that I don't like it, but I think just the pressure is so much higher for a closer, and something like that where like, hey, that was it. I don't know. Lidge seemed pretty cool, but at the end of the day, there was plenty of times that, look, even that last game, he had to come through and get that double play up the middle, and the end of the regular season. I don't know. That is a take, though. How long are you sitting on that one?
No, I literally just thought of it.
Thought of it now, 10 minutes.
We were comparing the bullpens, and I was like, I want to take a look here because I know Hoffman's having, that 1.73 ERA for like the top reliever in a bullpen is pretty insane stuff. Whether or not he only has 10 saves, but
anybody have any bets as far as 1 seeds or anything like that? I have a bet for the overall 1 spot in the National League.
I have the Phillies to win the East.
Plus 155.
I don't necessarily have seeding. I have the East, though.
I gave it out in July on the Fantastic Sports Show. And, oh, by the way, I will be on that show tomorrow night. So how about that?
You will also be on.
Yeah, I'll be on bright and early with John Marks.
Yeah,
8 o'clock in the morning. I got to drive to Center City. I got to drive somewhere in Philadelphia. I don't even know where I'm going. But I have to be there for 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing it for him. But
Johnny
That is
Marks.
early. Yeah, that is early. My ass is getting out of bed. I got to be rolling out of here like 6:30. I'm like, good grief, let's go. So busy day, but a lot to get to, obviously, with everything that's happened in the world of Philadelphia sports. Let's do it.
The bet I'm tracking is D-backs to make the playoffs. I had a huge bet on that from the preseason, but I would happily sacrifice that bet to totally avoid.
Yeah,
Arizona
Mark,
in
you were
the
very
playoffs.
high on the Diamondbacks
In the
I know
preseason.
we did the one live the one night and kind of going over futures and stuff, and I think a good amount of yours were Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
I'm with you,
I have
though.
a big bet on. I have a big bet on them to win the NL that I don't want to hit.
I'll start a GoFundMe to pay you that to get them out of the out of the.
Were they offering you a cash
playoffs.
out or what?
No, I gotta let it ride. But that was what me and Luke were talking about. We were like, they're only 2 games up here on Atlanta. Like, if there's 2 games up with 10 to go, if there was any way to get Arizona out and Atlanta in, which sounds funny to say, but that would be awesome. I think all Phillies fans agree.
I mean, who do they have? I mean, Diamondbacks don't have an easy. They have they're in Milwaukee for 4. Then they're home against San Francisco, which is a dud. But then they're home against the Padres too. And I mean, the Padres.
Who knows what the Padres will be playing for?
The Padres are still going to have something to play for. They're going to be in, but I mean, they're definitely going to be in there for seeds still. And then as far as the Braves, I believe, so they have one more against Cincinnati tomorrow, and then they have Miami, New York Mets, Kansas City.
Kansas City will be in.
Kansas City is in Atlanta. Kansas City will probably be in. So I don't know, man. The Braves rattle off a few. Oh, I don't root for the Braves, but I would gladly welcome them getting into the playoffs over the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I can't.
Are you with me there, Ty?
I cannot do the Diamondbacks.
No.
I cannot go through that again. They just seem to have our number. But I did do some preseason bets for who was going to win the divisions, and it's not going too well. But I did pick the Phillies.
Nice.
So
that's a payday.
I also picked the Reds and the Diamondbacks. So.
Yeah, I think a good amount of people were on the Reds. I know Mark was very heavy on Milwaukee.
That was my big preseason kind of swing because they were 76.5 at their win total. And my whole thing was like, I know that they lost their manager and they lost Corbin Burns, but they didn't lose 17 wins from the year before when they won 93 or whatever it was last year. So I was on Milwaukee and Arizona were like my 2 big. The market had fallen too far on teams.
What did the Phillies number lock at? Because I had 90 plus. I had 90 plus and 95 plus. I don't know what their actual line locked at though.
Something around like 90.5, 91.
90.5. Yeah. I think their money came in at the end right before when everybody was starting to bet, and I think it popped up some spots to 91.5, but 90.5 was the number consensus. Yeah, I do. Let's get out of here soon though, in just a minute. But it's funny. I typed Phillies in the search bar, just seeing these tweets, people just the ridiculous things that they're tweeting. I did click on this dude. Somebody said, if the Phillies win the World Series, I'll eat a cup of salt. I click on the guy, and his bio reads as follows: grounded and honest, Knicks/Celtics/Nuggets fan, Embiid hater, alt account chief out of Sosa. What is the matter with these people, bro? What's the matter?
Did you guys know the Tigers were a half game out of the playoffs?
Yes, the Tigers have been
come across my desk.
Sneaky the last 2 weeks.
I knew that they've been winning games. I thought it was still like 2 or 3 out. I didn't realize it was a half game out.
Yeah, they're 8-2 in their last 10. They just completed a sweep of the Kansas City Royals.
It's stupid.
And now they have to go 3 to Baltimore. But then after that, the last 6 games, Rays and the White Sox.
Imagine if they kept Flaherty.
Yeah, they might.
Matt Vierling leads this team in at bats.
Yeah, baby. Matty V.
Matty
V.
Wow.
Matty V's had a good year for him. He had a really
pretty good actually.
He had a really good first half. I know the second half hasn't been as good, but I mean he's hitting over 260
It's easy
Hey,
to get to 80 wins when you play in a division with the Chicago White Sox.
That's fair.
46
I mean, how many
wins.
times do they have to play the White Sox every year?
Oh.
What, 12, 13? Something like that?
I
Dude,
heard
you know what?
stats the Red Sox went 5-4 against the White Sox this year. How is that
So
possible?
what? The White Sox have, what, 32 wins and 4 of them are against the Red Sox?
It's like if the Red Sox would have just played the White Sox normally, they'd have they'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
This is funny right now because mostly every tweet is somebody bitching about the Phillies costing them a leg in their parlay. I'm not lying to you. Pretty funny.
I got one more with the White Sox for you here.
Oh, bring it.
The Braves are 7-14 against the Reds, Nationals, and White Sox this year.
love that.
Wow.
I love that.
By the way, this is like a shameless self-plug here. Brace asked me for a fantasy plug last week when he was going on Seth Joyner's show, and I only said I'm getting this notification right now. James Conner was one of the players of the week from a fantasy.
How about it? Yeah,
I told you,
dude.
James Conner last week.
They roll
That was
kind
a
of
shameless
great.
self-plug. It was only because
No,
I got
great.
the notification right then.
Love a self
On that same show, I said fade Marvin Harrison Jr.
Attaboy. Well, the Cardinals put up like 80 last week.
Nailed it.
They're legit. The Cardinals.
Yeah, that
Not
was
the
ridiculous.
Phillies version.
All right,
Dude, a
we'll
lot
do
of
it again,
these-
boys.
A lot of
you
these,
wanna
real
get-
quick, before we get out of
Yeah.
here. This American League, these divisions are toast. Yankees 4.5 up, Guardians 6 up, and
We
Astros
split.
4.5 up.
Yeah,
We're gonna
Luke had
Orioles,
Cleveland. I had Minnesota in the division, and Luke had the Orioles. I had the Yankees, and so we split there.
I did
Does
have Baltimore. Their bullpen is just absolutely hot garbage. It does say a lot because I know he was really bad, but like Kimbrel has like at least a bit of experience. Like it says a lot for them to DFA a guy like that, even with how bad he's been pitching. Like they need all the arms they can get. I mean, Sir Anthony Dominguez is he? I mean, he's one of their best arms. Probably he's got to be. It's a really bad bullpen, like really bad.
Is Orioles Royals like the weirdest playoff matchup of all time?
Is that what's
That's
locked
what it's
in
gonna
right
be.
now?
That's what it's going to be, yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as I guess not for sure. The Royals are only a game.
I might take the Royals.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Baltimore's pitching's not like it's not that good at all.
Yeah, I would. So what it would
Baltimore
be?
just keeps finding new ways to lose.
Yeah,
So what it would be? Yankees, Guardians get the bye,
and yeah,
and
Houston,
then it would be
Minnesota,
Astros, Twins.
which I feel like we've seen 4 times, and the
Yeah.
Astros win in 3 or 5 or whatever. Like,
And then does this all set up for them going to? No, it doesn't. I was gonna say if they matched up against the Yankees again in the second round, that would just
Well,
be
it could. The Guardians are only a game. I guess. They're only a game back of New York.
yeah. So and then right now, I guess for National
So
League,
you need to take a flyer on right now is the Tigers to win it all. 100-1,
throw $1 on it.
right? Like, dude, a team that's streaking like this, why not? You
Get
never
hot.
know. Mark the
Diamondbacks
tape.
last year.
Mark the tape. I gave it out. All right, 100-1.
What's Arizona right now?
Sean Brace, if the Tigers win it all, I will eat a cup of salt.
So
How about
there you
that?
go. Yeah, exactly. Arizona right now, 25-1.
That's not a great price.
No, yeah, 25-1. No.
What are the Royals?
Royals, Kansas City are 28-1, and then the Braves 30-1, Mets 35-1, and then it goes Tigers 100-1.
What about the
And-
Twinkies?
The Twinkies are 22-1.
Why is that
Group-
so low?
Brew Crew 15-1, Padres 13-1, Orioles 12, Astros 9, Guardians 850, Phillies 550, Yankees 4, Dodgers plus 310.
I won't
I actually
lie.
think there's some value in the
I don't
Astros
hate.
there. No.
I was just gonna say Astros. They're 9-1. Because
Hey,
I
man,
also just think if we don't think the Guardians are that good, or not that good, but if we don't think the Guardians are like elite of the AL. And the Astros end up matching up against the Yankees again. I think it's just another own. Like I just see the Astros winning again.
I do have to say it, and I hate the Yankees more than anybody, but it does feel like this has more juice going into the postseason with the Yankees being this good and Judge and Soto. Like and the Phillies obviously being what they are add some juice to it as well. The Mets are a New York team. That's a big market. Like there's a lot of juice going into this postseason in a way that even with the Phillies being in the last 2 years, I don't know if it's felt like this. And the Dodgers are there every year, so that's not different. But it feels like there's just a lot going into this postseason.
I'm with you. I'm with. Go for it.
Look at the Marlins making it. Yeah. I mean, like it just felt like they barely made it, and there was no steam to it. And now there's an actual race for the wild card.
Yeah,
I would look at I'd look at Houston with the starters, right? Like they could definitely tango with that lineup and shut them down, because that's what goes through my mind. Again, it's easier said than done, and it's so difficult to win and advance in the postseason. But that lineup is ferocious, dude. Like they could go back to back to back in a playoff game. Like that's just stupid, So
I will say this: Phillies Astros World Series on DraftKings right now is 17-1, and Phillies Yankees is 9-1. The Yankees are the Yankees are plus 180 to win the American League. Guardians plus 340. Astros plus 425. Baltimore 5-1.
Getting at Zach matchups. Good luck. Like in baseball, good luck. There's somebody's getting knocked off, right? Like let's be for real. Somebody's getting knocked off.
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna be Dodgers Yankees. We know that. The Mets, or the Phillies could be the 1 seed. So what am I talking about? I don't think
how the Dodgers have enough starting pitching to make it that far.
Right.
Mark, would you say from a lineup standpoint, do you think the Dodgers have more juice with Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie than the Yankees do with Judge and Soto?
It's really close.
I also think Dodgers, you have to factor in Teoscar too,
and Will Smith,
and I think that's a really good 4 to 5
players.
Compared to a Yankees lineup, they're just very top heavy. The
Dodgers lineup's way better. Yeah, you bring Will Smith in, you bring Teoscar, you even bring Bucks in.
Dodgers pitching is just horrendous.
Muncy's also been hurt a lot this year. I still think Muncy's a pretty good player. I don't even know what his stats look like on the season, but he was hurt for most of the year, so he's back now. That's a big addition for the Dodgers as well. But the thing about the Yankees, I wanted to bring up earlier when we were talking about them as like a contender, the bullpen's a problem. But the interesting thing with them is they have so many kind of starting arm options that it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of play the playoffs out with Nestor under a 4 ERA, Rodon, who's been pretty good this year. Stroman's been fine. Gil has been up and down, but he's been really good lately. Garrett Cole, really up and down, but he's still Garrett Cole. Like, that's 5 arms there. You have to imagine they're going to have one of them as a bullpen guy. I think that could kind of help the pen if maybe you have one of them as a full-time bullpen guy and one of them almost like Ranger-esque in 2022. If you use like a Nestor in that type of role where you can bring him in as a reliever and maybe a 4-inning starter. I think the Yankees have a lot of options, even if the bullpen right now doesn't look great.
So
hey, I got
been testing Stroman out in the bullpen recently.
Yeah.
That's a guy that he feels like he feels like the bullpen guy to me.
And he doesn't seem too happy about it.
No, he can't be.
Well,
I don't think anyone's will ever be happy about going to the bullpen, but wow, man, I will say this, the Brewers are partying. They look
this leads me into my take here, and since this is the first one that we're seeing open the bottles of champagne, I am going to see how this plays out, but I'm going to bet versus every team the following day that pops champagne the night before. We'll see what happens here. We're gonna come up with a crafty name for this.
You're gonna
this
bet
wager.
them to win or lose?
No, I'm gonna bet against them. I'm gonna
okay,
take.
okay.
Yeah, so they pop bottles. All right, so this is like the anti-party play here.
I'm in. Let's do it.
We're gonna roll with the Diamondbacks tomorrow, -110. Brandon Pfaadt on the mound. Pfaadt. How do you say his name again?
Pfaadt. I don't know. I want
that's
to hear
what it
that
is.
last name again.
Yeah. Tell me about it. -110 though. We're rolling with him.
How do you not remember that in your nightmares?
I
Oh.
well, when I said it wrong, I
do
threw me
like
off. I
3
knew it
times
was
a week.
correct.
Don't question
Yeah.
me.
No, you're right
You
about
said
that.
the name and a jolt went down my spine.
Chills. So we're rolling with that. I
Pulse
have
you
one other thing. Does anybody see anything on the timeline of what they were yelling about? Still wondering.
I haven't. No. I don't know if you saw anything, Ty, but
No. I know that Rob.
oh, here we go.
spoke
From Nick
recently.
Pacone. From Nick Pacone. I wanted them to acknowledge me as their tribal chief. That's what he said Rob Thompson was arguing about.
What the hell? So stupid.
Wait, real quick, Sean Brace. This is
Yeah.
I was commenting, yelling at you in your daily show today.
Yeah. I saw you. You're firing. I'm like,
Not to switch sports. By the way, I agree almost 100% with what you were
I
saying.
got over the top. I know. Kill me.
You said, I don't see the Eagles winning either game against Dallas. I was like, wait a
I
second,
don't
didn't
right
that-
now. I
I
don't.
was like, didn't Dallas just lose by 30?
Dude, and like, so the hour after the show, I started talking myself into the Eagles are winning this week in New Orleans.
I don't even know. I'm actually worried. I know.
They're not winning it. Yeah,
They're
but I
not a
was
championship
talking myself
contender at all.
into it. No, yeah. It's
I
all
don't know
good.
if this
I
is
think
a
they're
weird.
fun. I do still think they're.
I don't know if this is a weird take, and it might be based off the first 2 games. I feel better about the Eagles in New Orleans than I do in Tampa Bay.
Well, we have the House of Horrors in Tampa Bay. It's like
that's
the Eagles
kind of where
I'm.
There he is. LOL
There
Mets.
he
Get off the
is.
poison
Yeah.
powers. Here we go.
Yeah, get out the poison. Put the bottle down, Power.
Yeah, Francisco Lindor MVP, even though he has 120 point OPS lower than Shohei.
Like to get on a national show, like I'm embarrassed for some of these people to write a column. Like we're talking about what Shohei Ohtani right now, what he's done has never been done in baseball history. In the history of the game, no one's done 48 and 48. And this dude's going to go 50-50, and you got the balls to say
But
somebody else deserves it.
We're gonna it's the Mets fans and their love for F4. It's the only stat they know.
There's
they know
also the people that just don't want a DH to ever win, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But you
Watch
can't
the
say
position.
that now. You can't, especially since the DH went universal. You can't take the position out of the award.
It's not like these dudes are beer or softball beer league players, right? Or it's like this dude's out there stealing bases. He's hurt. And one of the pushback I heard was somebody said, okay, well, if he wins it this year, you might as well just name the award after him because once he starts pitching, he's going.
True.
Well, that's fine. Then do it. This is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen. He's a freak.
Yeah,
he's an absolute freak.
So Francisco,
it is funny though.
Sorry,
Brace asks me every preseason where he's like, he always asks me for MVP odds one time on his show, or we're talking futures, and you'll ask me the odds question on the MVP, and every year I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that I think Shohei just has the MVP carved out for him every year. I think it's a boring kind of, it takes away a fun storyline of baseball, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't give it to him.
No.
Yeah.
Just because we're bored. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But it is true. The fact that he won it this year without pitching, and now he's going to be pitching going forward, he's never not going to win it. He's gonna win. He's going to have 10 MVPs.
I will say
How many
this:
does he have now? 3 already going into this.
Yeah,
This will be 4.
yeah. And he'll probably. I mean, what? I mean, you can say
That's
he might
great.
finish with.
Could have 4. Yeah.
Could he finish with 10s?
I think he's going to.
Could he win 10 MVPs?
There was some idiot that said before he came over here, like, I don't know if his game's going to translate, man.
He's only got 2
guys.
MVPs.
Speaking of F4,
Bonds won 7.
speaking of F4, Francisco Lindor has a 7.4 F4. Shohei Ohtani has a 7.0. Shohei Ohtani doesn't play the field. He's
If he doesn't
0.4
steal all those bags, he's not the MVP.
He's 0.4 behind an in F4 when Francisco Lindor has hundreds of innings in the field this year.
Yeah, tell the whole story.
Shohei's going to become the second player in MLB history to win more than 3 MVPs.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Right.
The only player is Bonds. Bonds at 7.
There's a few with 3.
Yeah, Trout, Mike Schmidt.
Schmidt's got 3 players with 3 or more.
Wow.
Bonds, Trout, Pujols, A-Rod, Schmidt, Mickey Mantle. What?
I'm wrong. Shohei is 2.
Yeah, 2. I thought that. Yeah.
Shohei is 2.
Yogi Berra, Stan Musial, DiMaggio, Jimmy Fox.
Kyle Schwarber press conference. Let's go. All right, boys. I got to run.
You got an early
you guys
morning.
Good? Yeah.
Dessert.
Well, I appreciate all the way around the horn here. Tyler, Phil's Tailgate, you're the best. Luke Arcaini, great job as always. Mark Henry Jr. Everybody, we'll get them again tomorrow. Let's go. Go Phils. We'll talk to you. Peace.
See you later. Thanks, guys.